I am so lucky. I always get a chance to be with you guys. Okay, right over there, look in the camera and say who you are. There you go.
My name's Lonnie Joyce. I'm playing Lieutenant Patrick McDougal. I'm a Manhattan homicide detective, and I'm here to solve this case.
All right, a young lady, hot pink.
I'm Jill Zook, and I'm playing Erica Kincaid, the
Ooh.
famous movie actress.
Oh gosh, is there any other color than pink? Okay,
No, of
Missy.
course not.
There she
I'm
goes.
Audra Zook, and I'm playing Sister Mary Agatha. I get a little confused sometimes.
Okay, that's scary. That reminds me of one over in Catechism. Okay, go ahead and look right over here and let's see what you got.
I'm Vicki Brady, and I am the Right Reverend Mother Mary Cecilia. I heard over all of these nuns.
Oh, this is pretty good. I think we're in for a roll. And you, young man, and who art thou?
I'm Carlton McCaslin. I play Professor David Lewis, English professor at St. Mary's, which is rather interesting because the murder is known as the Mary Murder. I appear as a mild-mannered English professor, but you never know.
Okay, now I'm going to go and ask you, when are you performing and where?
Okay, we'll be performing on April 27th and 28th at the Catholic Church.
Okay, right there. This coming Friday and
Right,
Saturday.
this coming Friday and Saturday. It's a dinner theater.
Uh-huh.
It's $15. It's a lasagna dinner. And right after the dinner, we go into the show. We're doing it as a fundraiser.
Okay.
A portion of the money we raise is going to be donated to help retire the debt the Catholic Church has in their rebuilding.
Okay, wonderful. Now, in doing this is Friday and Saturday. What time is it again?
Okay, dinner is 6 o'clock on Friday, and we're moved to half an hour later on Saturday to make room for Mass. 6:30 on Saturday. So you can go to Mass, then go to dinner, and see the show.
Hey, you can't ask for more than that. That is wonderful. Whose idea was this? Do you know whose idea was this to put it all together for the Catholic Church?
No, I'm fairly certain it was the Shadow Mountain players. Gail and Carlton both have a lot of dealings with the Catholic Church, and they've donated things in the past and such.
Okay, now, is this a particular play that you've been doing anyway, or did you just go ahead and put this play together?
No, Gail came across this play, and she's liked it since she saw it. We were just looking for the right venue.
All right.
And we got talking to the Knights of Columbus down there and decided this would be a perfect venue to do this show.
Okay, now how many are you actually having in it now? How many is in your cast?
I believe there's about 20 in the cast, in this cast. It's a pretty good large-sized cast.
Oh my goodness, I should say so. Now in doing this, do you ever encapsulate the actual show and then take it to another time? In other words, like dancers, they know a certain routine. So then they can go out and dance it later. Do you ever have this where you have it together and then maybe 2 months down the line you can redo it?
We've taken shows on the road before. That's what we do. We usually stick pretty close to what we're doing because we're already starting rehearsal for another show.
Okay.
In fact, as soon as we're done with this, we're going to be starting auditions for the melodrama.
Very good. Now, Vicki, how are you feeling? Are you feeling a little bit holy?
Me?
Now?
No.
Being a nun. Did you audition for this part?
Yes, we all audition. Every
Okay.
play that Gail puts on, she calls for an audition, and no one's sure of a part until she says you're it.
Wow, my goodness, how exciting to get that phone call. I remember those days. How about yourself? Did you audition for this part?
Yes.
You wanted this part.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. How funny. You know, at your age and the difference of ages, you want to be a nun. I was a nun once, too. As a matter of fact, to sing Ave Maria in Latin. That was quite respectful. How about you, young lady? How did you like that?
Yeah, I auditioned for it, and I got the part I wanted.
So you got what you wanted?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. And how about you? You did detective that's going to figure this whole thing out?
Well, when I used to come see my brother in the plays I did before. He did the West Was Done and such, and so I auditioned for the Christmas one. Then I auditioned for this one, and had a part of a Irish cop. And luckily, I didn't read the part Irish. Luckily, I did more of a, just the facts, ma'am. You're a dragnet type character, and it worked out pretty good. I got the part.
Oh, how fun. Overall, for all of you, doesn't it make you feel good when you can go ahead and make the people respond to you? Do you wait that one moment to get that response?
Sometimes.
Yes.
You know, it takes a lot of theater training to know just when to pause and when not to, which of course I, Erica Kincaid, know how to do.
And definitely, Erica, we have no egos up here, do we?
No.
Yes, I didn't think so. There you go.
It's an ensemble.
Okay, and then, sister, how would you handle all of this with this caddy going on with no egos and Miss Pink over here? Do you have to try to keep it together?
Well, it does take a lot of tolerance.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord works in mysterious ways.
Okay, and how about for yourself? Doesn't that big old detective sort of scare you, sister?
Yes, I never know what's going on. I'm scared when they're talking about a murderer in the convent.
That would be very scary, wouldn't
Yes.
it? And how do you handle all these nuns running around, detective?
Oh, it's very stressful. I mean, almost every one of them has the name Mary, and we're dealing with the Mary murderer here.
Okay.
So you never know who's going to get hit next.
But don't you feel sort of comforting knowing that, you know, they're of God, they're not going to tell a lie, so they're pretty well humble and honest?
Absolutely not. The Reverend Mother over here won't let me pull my gun out in front of people.
Okay.
She won't let me interrogate people.
Oh, my.
It's terrible to deal with this kind of thing in a convent.
And this lady in pink, once again, what's your position in all this? Because you really don't look like you belong in a convent.
Well, I was stranded from the snowstorm, and I had
Okay.
to travel by bus because the airports were closed, and I ended up at this convent.
Oh, well, does it make you feel a tad uncomfortable? With the dress difference is quite noticeable.
Well, no one would dare kill me.
Well, there you go. Well, very
You
quickly,
laugh. You scoff?
we're definitely going to come back for more of this enticement.
Welcome back to High Desert Today.
This is so awesome. I really have become quite friendly with these guys. I just love them to death. You want to say special thanks for the rehearsal hall?
Yes.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Mother.
Well, we would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone at the Senior Center. They have been so gracious in letting us practice there every Tuesday and Wednesday night. We'd like to say thank you so much.
There you go. We always have to tell everyone that we appreciate them. So, okay, now, is there a little bit part that we can go ahead and so we can see a little bit of the character that we're going to give you a little sneak preview, shall we? Go ahead.
Okay. Step out of a second.
There you go.
Oh, welcome to St. Mary's Convent. I'm the Right Reverend Mother Mary Cecilia.
And I'm Sister Mary Agatha. Joy to the world.
Excuse me. I don't need to introduce myself. You, of course, know who I am.
Should I?
Erica Kincaid, the famous movie star. I have a TV series, Mary Quite Contrary. I am a Mary too, in a sense.
I'm afraid we don't own a TV, Miss Kincaid. Television is just a little too worldly for us.
Oh, pity.
You know, our bus skidded off the road back here. That's what brought us here. Any suggestions how we can get back on the road?
Well, this storm seems to have passed. I'm sure we can call a tow truck first thing in the morning and help you get back on your way.
Well, we better do
Maybe.
something.
Maybe he can drive the bus. He looks like a bus driver.
I'm not a bus driver.
This
You're
astute
not?
young man who followed the telephone lines to our humble convent is Lieutenant McDougal.
Yes, Patrick McDougal. I'm with the Homicide Division, Manhattan. When we
Wow.
arrived here, I didn't know this old house was a convent, so you're just going to have to bear with me.
Well, we will be cooperative as best we can to get you people back on the way.
I'm Professor David Lewis. Pleased to meet you.
Mr. Lewis or Dr. Lewis?
Doctor, but either will be fine. I teach English at St. Mary's. Mary Bishop happens to be one of my students.
Ah.
And in honor of all your hospitality towards us, I will touch on it when I talk about the Nun's Tale, when I do my lecture in Chaucer.
Oh, gently, I hope. As I recall, some of Chaucer's works were a little risque.